Assalamualaikum everyone. I am Anahil Wali and I hope you all are doing well. I'm thrilled to be here today as your host. We have a very special guest with us, someone who has an inspiring journey and a diverse range of experience. Please join me in welcoming the remarkable Palmer. Ma'am Adaire Palmer, it is an honor to have you here, and we are excited to excited to learn more about your life journey and the incredible work you do. So let's dive right into it. So, ma'am, how are you?
I'm doing really well, Manaha. How are you?
I also doing very well. Thank you so much, ma'am, for asking. So, ma'am, first of all, please introduce yourself for my viewers.
Okay, well, I'm a grandmother, a mother of four, grandmother of six, and I live on a boat. I don't know if you can see behind me, it's rocking a little bit today. I live in Australia, in Queensland, Australia, and I'm just off the coast of off the beach of a little island called Coochiemudlo Island. So it's a small community. It's a lovely lifestyle, and it is just it's a pleasure to be able to live on the boat and to work from my boat. Yes, it's wonderful. I love it.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you so much for your introduction. So now let's move on to questions. My first question is on your screen. Can you tell us more about your role as a certified Wild Fate coach and how it relates to your mission of peace, love, and life must be fun?
I think the first thing is the certified Wild Fit coach. Well, Wild Fit is a health program, or it's a lifestyle program that teaches us to help people to eat healthy, make healthier choices for their bodies. And what happens is when we start doing that and we start eating more whole foods and we start eating, like stop eating or eat less processed foods, and we're eating fresh fruit and vegetables and quality meats and seeds and nuts and fats and oils and all of the stuff that our bodies need for us to be able to function properly. What that means is that we get clearer heads, we sleep better, which allows our growth hormones to work. We're not running on adrenaline, so if we're big caffeine drinkers, we're just high on caffeine all the time, hyped up on caffeine. So we can release all of that and we can actually really embrace a feeling of wellness and health. And that enables us to be able to have fun in life. And when we're having fun in life, because fun is a high value of mine. So I just go, it's got to be fun or I lose interest. So I try and make everything that I do and everything I have to do fun so that I don't lose interest. But when we're having fun, when we're enjoying life, and when life is in flow, we find a sense of contentment and peace and joy with life. So it starts really, and actually all of this stuff, all of the things that we do in life start in the gut. So it starts with what we're putting into our body. So if we're putting in too many things that our bodies aren't evolved to handle, or our bodies don't, our bodies aren't equipped properly to digest it or to process the foods that we eat, then we're going to suffer, and then life no longer becomes fun. So that's a great question and a great start, because I'm quite passionate about that. So thank you.
All right, great answer. Thank you so much for your answer. So now let's move on to next question. My next question is on your screen. What inspired you to become a Facebook specialist, and how do you stay updated with the ever evolving world of social media marketing?
In one, the first question, what inspired me to become a Facebook specialist? I about 10 or 11 years ago, I left a job in corporate government and I was working in emergency services, and I worked with emergency services volunteers around South Australia where I was living at the time. And I could see, because if you're a volunteer fire brigade, I don't know if you have volunteer fire brigades in Pakistan, but here in Australia, there's a lot of volunteering that happens. And I was helping the brigades to recruit people from the community, so to get people into their fire brigades to be able to help the community if there was a fire. So that was a lot of what I was doing. And um, as I left, Facebook started to become a thing. So it might have even been 15 years ago, because Facebook's nearly 20, I think now, or 21. So as I left, moved out of that, I was thinking in the back of my head, wouldn't it be great to have something that you could socially connect everybody? So connect communities, and then the communities will get to know each other, because in city areas or in urban areas that are a bit more built up, people don't tend to connect as closely as they do in country areas. So I came from the country, and where I live now, it's part of the city, like it's in the city area, but it's a small island and it's like a little country town. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if we could use Facebook to reach these people and encourage them to come into a brigade, a fire brigade, and be part of the fire brigade community, as well as a part of the bigger, broader community that they're living in. And government at that point weren't ready for that. And when I left and I retrained as a hypnotherapist, I got those ideas of using social media to reach people to help. So, and I was doing that, and I was attracting clients to be able to help with hypnotherapy. And then once I started doing that and doing it successfully, other hypnotherapists would say to me, "How are you attracting your clients? How do you do that?" So I started teaching them. And so that's how I became a Facebook specialist. And then I stopped practicing hypnotherapy, and I started teaching people full time on how to use Facebook to be able to attract their clients. And this was particularly in the alternative healing modalities. So that's the first part of the question. Now, see if I can remember. The second part was, how do I stay updated in the ever evolving world of social media? This is a tricky one, because it is, you may have noticed that just last week, Mark Zuckerberg, and I'm talking specifically Facebook here, because I don't, TikTok is something that I've chosen not to do. I dabble a bit in YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook as my the main one that I work with. But just last week, there was a big announcement from Mark Zuckerberg about Okay, looks like we're back. All okay?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you.
Yeah, it just looked like we went offline there for a minute. I wasn't sure whether that was your end or my end, but we're back.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Please continue your answer. You are frozen before in 2 to 3 seconds.
Okay. So do you want me to go back over how do I stay up to date?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Would you like me to just answer the last part of that question again?
My question is that what inspire you become a Facebook specialist, and how do you stay updated with the ever always evolving world of social media marketing?
Yeah. So if I just answer the last part of that question, because I answered the first part, and the last part is that it's changing. It's changing so often. One of the things that I do is I attend as many conferences and seminars and workshops as I possibly can to keep getting educated. I follow leaders in the field, like Mari Smith is an absolute leader they call her the Queen of Facebook, and and there are um, other ways that you can, like, one of the ways that you can stay updated very quickly and very easily is you can subscribe to newsletters, or you can do a Google word alert. So I have a little word alert that sends into my inbox every morning. What happens is, for that 24-hour period, Google will comb the web and pick up any references to Facebook, and then it will send me a digest of articles that have referenced Facebook. So doing that, I can stay updated and have a quick look in each day, and I can have a look, and then I can see what's being talked about. So it's sort of like social listening, if you like, and so that's one very quick, easy way that I can stay updated, particularly about Facebook. And apart from that, conferences and seminars and following leaders in the field, subscribing to their newsletters, getting involved in their groups, in their Facebook groups, and engaging and asking people. And eventually you become a bit of a leader yourself. So you can spot trends, and you can help people once you study it enough, and you can become, and then people sort of share information amongst each other in these Facebook groups about what they see happening, and then you can say, you can sort of stay updated that way as well. Good question, thank you.
My good question, but your answer is very wonderful. Thank you so much for your answer. So ma'am, can you hear me? Okay, ma'am. Wonderful answer. My question is good, but your answer is very, very wonderful. Thank you so much for your answer. So now let's move on to next question. My next question is on your screen. Could you share some insight into your experience with off-grid living and how it has influenced your perspective on life?
Can you repeat the question? Can you share some insights into your experience with off-grid living and how it has influenced your perspective on life? I think great question, another great question. It has greatly influenced my perspective on life, in as much as I have learned that I cannot control everything. So if it's windy, or if something breaks, invariably it does. I need to make plans to go. So if it's really windy, I don't like to stay on the boat. I do like to get to somewhere where it might be a bit safer, and so I I have to I have to be organised, and I have to have contingency plans. So it's sort of gotten me to, like, I don't live in my comfort zone. And I think it's off grid living has really it's really made me think about, really made me think, it's made me closer to nature. So when we have, when we have a thunderstorm or a lightning show, I got front row seats to Mother Nature. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I have to get organized. I have to let go of control of a lot of things. And I also appreciate the beauty of Mother Nature. I appreciate the everything that happens around me, seeing the dugongs and the turtles and the dolphins, and even being able to catch fresh fish for a meal. So it's an inconvenient life because I have to go and get my water from the jetty. So, but most people would just turn on a tap and have their water come out of a tap, which I do, but I've got to put it in the tanks first. So, and it does take a bit of time and thought, because I have to be planning ahead. Am I going to run out of water? Or do I need to get this? And so, and when you go shopping, it's not just as easy to pop down the shop if you forget something. So it does take a bit of organising, and it does. You're alive. That's for sure.
All right, great answer. Thank you so much for your answer. So my next question is, how do you manage your responsibilities as the owner admin of Women in Business Amplified, and what is the main purpose of this organization?
The Women in Business Amplified is an online community. It used to be an offline community as well, and that's of obviously women who are in business. And I run a Facebook group, and we at this point we're not meeting offline, but we may do again sometime in the future. But the group is primarily for women to grow their businesses, to connect with each other. It's run on three pillars, and that's net friending, brand championing, and frienducation. So first, the net friending is about friending people first and being friends first rather than businesses first. So it's actually getting to know people on a personal level. And then if I have an issue, to say I had something I wanted to have done with accounting, let's say, and I didn't know about accounting. And then I went to my group and I said, does anybody know, can someone help me out with this? And then whoever knew about accounting would come and give me some advice. I might use that advice and go, wow, this person's great. And then I would buy their service and maybe help me as a bookkeeper. And then I would come back and I'd brand champion them. So I would say, go and see Lucy. She's amazing. And she knows about bookkeeping and all the software we use. And so that's that three pillars. So it's the net friending and the for education and brand championing. Brand championing means that you don't ever have to blow your own trumpet, which means that we celebrate and we support and we promote each other rather than having to promote ourselves. So that's the purpose of the Women in Business Amplified. How I support the group is I have a VA who works in there as well. We welcome members in. We have a thread for daily a daily theme, threads for daily themes, and we have different activities for women to get to know each other, to be able to promote their businesses, and to be able to grow their businesses through that community. So that's the purpose of it.
All right, great. Awesome. Thank you so much for your answer. So my next question is, can you share some insight into your previous work with the asset country, fire service, and SafeCom? Well, how have these experiences contributed to your personal and professional growth?
Okay, another good question. So have I have haven't been in country fire service for quite a number of years now. I loved my time there. It was like a family. And as I explained before, when I was working with the brigades around South Australia, helping them to recruit people into their brigades to serve as volunteers, I got I gained a lot of knowledge that I could use when I was helping hypnotherapists and also recruiting people or attracting potential clients into my own business. So there was some really good stuff around that. Just having a look and see how these. Okay. So my personal growth in that respect has been very interesting in terms of I left government because they're a government organisation, and I'd left government, and it was a not the most pleasant workplace. But what I've done since I've left government, it actually contributed to me. Like most of it was good, but just at the last few years, it just wasn't. It wasn't pleasant, and so when I left, I that was what prompted me to retrain as a hypnotherapist, and then I retrained as well as a new NLP master practitioner, and that's neuro linguistic programming. And then, of course, now I've just recently added another string to my bow as a certified wild fit coach. So if I hadn't have had that negative experience in emergency services, I who knows, I may well be there solidly in my comfort zone now, but I definitely wouldn't be living on a boat off an island in Queensland. So that's led, just those experiences have led to some wonderful, wonderful outcomes over the last 10 years, and they've been amazing in my personal development, my personal growth. I've had to step up and level up to be able to do what I'm doing now. And that's as a result of the things that have happened in that career.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for your answer. So, what advice would you give to individuals looking to pursue a career in coaching, personal development, or entrepreneurship based on your own journey?
Never give up and always show up. No, hang on, the other way around. Always show up and never give up. That's if you keep doing it and you never give up, it will happen. So, and just show up.
All right, great. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your advice. So now let's move on to next question. My next question is: as the chief executive officer of your own company, what are your primary goals and aspirations for the future?
Hmm. Well, with the different things I do, I have a goal to help hundreds of thousands of people help people. So helping people get fit and healthy and live longer lives, helping people have great presence on social media, also that they can help other people, and we can spread peace and joy, and we can have we can just really want everybody to have healthy, happy lives. And to do that, some people might need a bit of education on how to do that. And I know I certainly did. And so my goal is to continue to help people, and so they can help people.
All right, great. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. And we had the privilege of hearing from Adaire Palmer today, and her journey is truly inspiring. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your experiences, insight, and wisdom with us. Your dedication to personal development of great living and making life fun is remarkable. To our viewers, thank you for joining us today. We hope you found this interview as enlightening and enjoyable as we did. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to stay updated to more thought provoking discussion like this. Before we wrap and die, do you have any final thoughts, message, or words wisdom you would like to share with our audience?
Well, I'd love to say thank you, Manahil, for your interview. It's been an absolute pleasure. You have been very, very patient trying to organise a time. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. And I'd like to commend the Rehan School of so what's this? Is this the Rehan School? And Rehan Alwala is amazing. You're amazing. And what you guys are doing is phenomenal. And I just want to say, keep it up. Keep it up because it might seem hard going sometimes, or it might seem like you're just trying to get interviews and you can't find people to talk to, but keep going. That's what it said. Never give up. Always show up and never give up. You're doing a great job, and I'm super, super stoked to be able to finally chat with you. So that's that. That would be my last thoughts. I would encourage you all to just always show up and never give up. And
Uh,
congratulations to you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for appreciating us. And you are also doing great. Thank you so much for giving me your precious time and precious words for giving us. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Bye. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Bye.